Good evening and welcome to Pillow Talk, your home for all things celebrity gossip here on UWW-TV. I am your host, Elle Gukich, and as always, I have the lovely Sam Butzen joining me tonight to discuss some juicy celebrity gossip. How's it going, Sam? How was your spring break?
Oh, it was so relaxing and very needed, Elle. How about yours?
It was good. It was also very relaxing and also very, very much needed. In this week's episode, we are going to discuss Zac Efron's plastic surgery reveal, and then after that, we are going to discuss Caitlyn Jenner's campaign announcement for Governor of California. Are you ready to get into it, Sam?
So excited to be back.
Awesome. Let's get started. So Zac Efron was recently seen in a clip for Bill Nye's Earth Day musical special, and a lot of people have noticed that his face looks pretty different. And I'm not against plastic surgery. I think it's totally in someone's right to get plastic surgery if they want it, but it was honestly a pretty shocking reveal. I didn't know how I felt about it at first, and I think part of it was just I was not prepared for that. So how did you feel about it, Sam?
Yeah, I definitely think that everyone was, I know it's not like super confirmed or anything, but I think it's pretty obvious that something's different. And I just think aging is such a scary process for everyone. Like, I'm definitely not excited. Um, it's weird, and I don't blame anyone for doing it however they find right. And I
Mhm.
definitely feel like there could be some pressure for him to maintain his like beauty. He's been that teenage heartthrob for like from day one. So I can imagine him having a difficulty changing and aging for sure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so many people have been constantly judging him based off of his looks ever since the High School Musical days,
Hmm.
you know? So I can't even imagine how hard it must be to be aging in Hollywood, especially when you were that young heartthrob for a lot of young girls. And so again, I can't blame him for wanting to get it done. And I also saw that he broke his jaw a few years ago and he had to have it wired shut because of all the damage done. So I don't know, maybe that had something to do with it. Maybe after that trauma to his jaw, it wasn't quite the same and he
Hmm.
wanted, it to maybe look a different way then. So
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
probably a lot of other factors going into it.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has their insecurities on whether other people see it or not, and it's all about, I feel like, living comfortably for yourself. So if he had those insecurities about his lips, his jaws, his whatever, um, he has the money, so why not use it to have a happier life? If I had that money, I'd have lipo, I'd have, who knows, might as well like have a happy existence and do what you want. And he doesn't look bad. He just looks a
Mm-mm.
little different.
Yeah, it was just a shocking thing to see at first, and I think after a while people are going to get used to it and people are gonna, stop talking about it. I hope he doesn't do anything else like super drastic.
Hmm.
But
That'd be too
again,
far.
yeah, I think it would be too far, and but again, it's totally up to him. I don't want to say that he should be doing something with his body or shouldn't be doing something with his body. I just hope he doesn't do anything that he'll end up regretting, a few years down the road.
Yeah, definitely. You can make some wild decisions, and hopefully he'll just have control and age gracefully. He's done well so far, I guess.
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't think he needed anything
Mm-mm.
done, but his decision. Well, that wraps up our first topic for tonight. After the commercial break, we'll be discussing Caitlyn Jenner's campaign announcement for Governor of California. This is Pillow Talk on UWW-TV. Stay tuned.
What does it mean to be a war hawk?
It means allowing myself to dream big and think outside the box.
Pushing the limits of what I think is possible.
Seeing ideas through from start to finish.
Collaborating with professors and peers.
And seizing opportunities in the community to put my knowledge to use.
I'm studying abroad,
learning another language,
and listening to the stories of others.
I'm making lifelong friends and fearlessly sharing my gifts with the world.
As a warhawk, I stay balanced,
take great care of myself,
and get out of my comfort zone.
I refuse to let the past determine my future.
And I'm taking confident steps in the direction of my dreams.
Sometimes it doesn't make sense.
And other times it couldn't be more exciting.
But I will keep my goals in mind
and never quit.
Because
that's the warhawk way.
Turn us on. Flip them off. 91.7 WSUW. 91.7 is a student-run radio station serving the Whitewater area with a variety of original programs, live sports broadcasting, community events, and more. So turn us on. 91.7 FM or stream us live at 917theedge.com.
At the University Bookstore, we have an excellent selection of competitively priced books and classroom necessities for students. We have Warhawk gear ranging from athletic apparel to comfy sweatshirts the whole family can enjoy. The textbook rental service is also available for students to check out their required readings for class. You can also find and order books, apparel, and gift items from our online catalog, located at uwwhitewaterbookstore.com. The University Bookstore. We provide for your college experiences.
Here at UWW, we put a lot of emphasis on shaping your involvement. Involvement helps you get to know more people with similar values and goals as yourself. The Student Involvement Office can help you get involved with organizations on campus, or we can help you start a brand new one. So what are you waiting for? It's time to shape your involvement at UWW. If you'd like to learn more, stop by UC 127 or contact us at involvement@uww.edu or call 262-472-6217.
Welcome back to Pillows to Talk on UWW-TV. So on April 23rd, Caitlyn Jenner officially announced her bid for governor of California. And as I'm sure we all know and are not surprised, Caitlyn doesn't really have any kind of political experience. And I'm not really a fan of hearing that she wants to run for office, mostly because I don't agree with celebrities running for office. But what did you think of the announcement, Sam?
I think that Caitlyn is a icon for the trans community. I think that she's a great former Olympian, a great father. I just don't think that necessarily governor of California is her next title that sounds correct. Like you said, like I totally think that celebrities dipping a toe in politics has been messy, but also like okay, so who knows. But yeah, like you don't see a politician walking into an ER and performing surgery, you know, like everyone kind of should stay in their lane and educate themselves before making. Maybe she has, who knows. But I'm assuming she hasn't taken much time to educate herself before this decision.
No, I think we have seen kind of a history of Caitlyn, you know, kind of going through the motions of wanting to do something, and then it never quite pans out. I think just part of this is that she's bored. You know, all the kids are out of the house and have their own families now, and they have for a while now. And so I can't imagine that that's, you know, what kind of loneliness that feels like, but I think there's other things that she could be doing to fill her time other than getting into something that I just don't think it's going to be good for her. And I think it's going to be a lot of things that people are just going to be able to make fun of her for. It's just going to be another thing to make jokes about with her.
Yeah, I definitely think that she is a little irrational sometimes when it comes to career moves. I remember on the last episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, she kind of called Chris and was like, "Hey, like I don't know what to do next." And Chris did not suggest politics. She suggested YouTube. So I don't know where the wires crossed, but we'll see what happens. It's definitely going to be entertaining. Maybe she's the next Arnold Schwarzenegger, He lasted, I think, a while. I don't even know. I'm not a politics person personally, but you go, girl. Girl power.
No, exactly. Like, I'm not one to talk. I don't really know a lot about politics. And so, hey, maybe she is taking the time to educate herself, and maybe she'll do whatever she can to make sure that her run for governor is going to be completely serious and, as knowledgeable as she can be. But I'm not holding my breath for it. I can kind of see maybe it's going to, start to fizzle out once she realizes how much work it is to run a political campaign and then follow up on promises on top of that.
Right. Like it seems like they get in over their head, but maybe she'll support someone that actually knows what they're doing eventually or something like that. There are so many ways she can go with it. So we'll see.
Exactly. Yep, exactly. There's a lot of different ways that she could be trying to make a difference other than, putting her, foot somewhere where she doesn't really need to be necessarily. Well, that is going to wrap things up for tonight. I had a great time discussing all of these headlines with you tonight, Sam. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Elle. I love being here.
This was Pillow Talk, your home for all things celebrity gossip here on UWW-TV. We will see you next week, and have a great night.